The following is a copyrighted presentation of Radio Law Talk and RadioLawTalk.com. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Radio Law Talk. And now, here is your host of Radio Law Talk, Frederick Penney.
Happy New Year. We're coming up to 2020. 2019 was great. What an enjoyable time for the three of us here in the studio and behind the scenes. Cal Hunter, the behind the glass, taking care of us. Radio Law Talk, we have had a successful year. New affiliates. Thank you for all the new affiliates that have joined us. too numerous to list. Thank you, Joe Spara, or Spara. Someone called him Spara, for being our affiliates relations man that handles us. Thank you very much for all you do. Have a great New Year and a safe New Year. And I want to say that before I forget. Remember, we're talking about general topics of law. Seek local counsel. Do not use us in a court of law unless you know the judge really well.
and if he listens to the show.
Yeah, if he listens to the show or she listens to the show.
Right.
Remember, this is the most exciting, entertaining, but sometimes informative show on earth, other than those alien shows late at night driving across Nevada when your car breaks down and it's snowing and raining and it's around 1 a.m. All right? That's a better show than ours. But other than that, no one's better than this show because we talk about case or no case. We talk about the latest topics of law. And today we're going to talk about a few more Christmas lawsuits, the new laws of 2020, some kind of weird ones. We're going to talk about Rick Pitino settles his case against Adidas and how that occurred. And we're going to talk about, Denise Dirks here is a family law attorney, and we're going to talk about Hunter Biden's divorce child custody issues.
Not a divorce. They weren't married.
Yeah, no, I mean child custody issue, not the divorce.
Yeah.
The child custody is what I got written down. Yeah. So the issue of child custody, and that's in Arkansas, I believe, and some interesting things that are going on there. We actually have the actual petition from, the mother. Because they weren't married. That's exactly right. So we're going to talk about that, and then we do case or no case. Denise skunked us last hour.
She did.
You know what it means, right? I'm only one away from you.
That was
all right. I got to put on my game face now.
All right, roll the case or no case, then Cal, roll it.
All right, here we go. It's time for that part of the show.
Now it's time to play Case or No Case.
Yay! Now to the great city of Pocatello, Idaho, Pokey, as the negatives call it. Home of Pocatello High School and famous New Orleans Saint all-around utility player. You know the guy I'm talking about. Used to play for BYU as their quarterback.
Oh, wait.
You know the guy I'm talking about. Anyway.
Gifford Nielsen?
No. The guy who he plays.
Hold on.
Taysom Hill.
Oh, Taysom
Hill.
Yes.
He is from Pocatello,
He's playing
Idaho.
right now.
He is.
Yes, from Pocatello, Idaho.
What do they call him? They call him like the Swiss Army knife.
Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, he does everything. And
Love watching him play.
Well, let's just do a quick take on. Let's just do a shout out for him. So this is a guy. Those of you who don't follow football, go to the New Orleans Saints, and he's a former quarterback at BYU. Got injured to the point, multiple injuries. He was in and out as quarterback. Was a phenomenal player runner, and he was a big quarterback.
Really good athlete.
Very good athlete, all-around athlete. And he basically said, I got to hang up. I'm done. I'm hanging it up. And he decides to come back one last time after these major surgeries that most would have stopped playing football. He doesn't get drafted. He just signs a free agency agreement, contract with the New Orleans.
Signed with Green Bay.
But then went to the Saints.
Yeah, the Green Bay wanted to keep him, but they only kept two quarterbacks. They waived him at the end of training camp, hoping they could sign him to the practice squad. The coach for the Saints, Sean Payton, was actually scouting another player for the Packers, watching video, and he kept seeing Taysom Hill. And he says, who is this guy? I really liked him. And as soon as the Packers waived him, the Saints scooped him up, and he was back.
As a quarterback?
As a quarterback.
Kind of.
As a quarterback. And then about 3/4 of the way through his rookie season, the special teams coach came in and says, that guy's got an awesome build. He's fast. Can we use him on special teams? And they said, sure, go ahead. And he was like an overnight sensation on special teams.
And now let's make him a wing. Let's make him a receiver.
He's a receiver now. He's a runner. He does slot. And the best part about it, you go and they talk about, George Jones, linebacker, they'll put underneath it on TV what they are. His is almost always question marks. because they don't know. You see it, they'll put question mark. I don't know, what is he?
Athlete. Oh, they'll just put athlete.
Yeah.
Well,
anyway,
he's the fastest guy on their team. He runs like a 4.40.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Former Pocatello High School Indian, just in case you're wondering. All right, now to Pocatello, Idaho, where a woman by the name of Deborah Christensen decided her little darling was, without question, the cutest snow princess that the country had ever seen. They have a snow princess contest every year in Pocatello.
Oh.
So for the New Year's Old Town Pocatello pageant and parade, but her little darling did not win the contest. So Mommy decided the injustice was so great and something must be done. So she got a lawyer and asked the lawyer to file an injunction to try to stop the Pokey Princess Parade because her little baby couldn't be in it. So I ask you, Mr. Cunin, case or no, we already know it's a case. What would the outcome have been to such a case to Mommy's little cutie girl? She took her into court and had her perform her act and everything. Said, see, Judge, she's obviously cuter than these other girls.
Did she perform the act in the court? Probably. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just making that part up.
Anyway, okay, so my concern here is, at first blush, I would say, if you're saying that this is a case. Okay, so are you saying this is a case, or do we
I'm saying it's a case. She went and got an attorney.
Okay, so she went and got an attorney.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
I think there's not a snowball's chance in HE double hockey sticks that this thing would ever prevail in her. That's my first guess, that she would ever win on this. With one exception, and I'm curious if we're not getting the rest of the story, because the only exception would be is if there was some procedural anomaly where she was not allowed to do something or they violated the rules in selecting.
What if the judge was her grandpa?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, that'd be a problem. But
Sounds like Cal's, all his daughters are princesses.
I'm going to say, yeah, she went to an attorney, but no lawsuit was filed.
Okay.
No lawsuit was filed.
Ms. Dirks, what say you?
This just sounds so familiar to me. Yes, has something to do with an Indian or something, with there being some kind of a
Native American.
Native American. Because that's what their act was, right? Wasn't the little kid's act Native American?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I'm going to say...
Good digging there.
Yeah.
Good digging.
Yeah, no, there's something here. I'm going to say that it is a case and the little girl loses.
Okay.
No injunction is granted.
All right. Mr. Penny, what say you?
Just so you know, I'm going to interrupt you a little bit, Cal. Just so you know, I know of, a long time ago, an actual scenario, but not a case, where the winner of the Miss Whatever pageant was not crowned because they made a major, not a minor, accounting error, and the last place person won. So they transposed the numbers somehow, and the last place person and the second to last, something like that, were the winner, first runner up, etc. And the winner is, by the way, a person that I know that did not win to this day. Still, every once in a while we'll mention it, and it was a flat out, and they even found out a few days later. They said, "You're right, we messed up." Wow. And they didn't do anything, and the queen for the year was the queen that was last place, basically. But interesting. The answer is this is a case. She does win, and there's an injunction enforced. I don't know if there's an injunction that they can't do it anymore, but she wins, and I don't know if she becomes Miss Pokey Pines Parade winner, whatever it is.
Pocatello Snow Queen, Snow Festival Queen.
Okay, Pocatello Snow Festival Queen. 855 Law Radio. Those of you in Idaho that are listening online, because we do not have any affiliates in Idaho.
Yet.
But those of you who are from Idaho, give us a call, because I know in Utah we cover a lot of Utah area. And I bet you a lot of you from Idaho, because it's close by. Give us a call, 855 Law Radio. It's a case, and she wins. There's some anomaly that I don't know about.
Well, we'll find out the answer to the Snow Princess conundrum in just a little bit right here as Radio Law Talk continues on Case or No Case. And remind you that we are live every Saturday from 9 to noon, streaming on RadioLawTalk.com. And we're also on your local radio station whenever they're able to play us back. So stay tuned. There's more coming up.
All advertising for legal services on Radio Law Talk
is strictly for the state or states in which the advertiser is licensed. For more information, go to radiolawtalk.com.
Jason Rossback here with Fred Penney, managing attorney from Penney & Associates Injury Lawyers. Now, Fred, what type of cases are you dealing with now, and what sets you apart?
Jason, we help people with all types of personal injury cases. We're former insurance company trial lawyers. We understand the other side, which gives us a distinct advantage over our competition. Remember, we don't get paid unless we win.
That's Penney & Associates Injury Lawyers with locations throughout California. For a free consultation, go to pennylawyers.com or give them a call, 1-800-616-4LAW. That's PENNEY lawyers.com.
This is Denise Sturks. We can represent clients in divorce, legal separation, child and spousal support, custody, termination of parental rights, step-parent adoptions, guardianships, and even conservatorship matters. Call 1-877-886-7186 for a consultation.
The law offices of Denise L. Dirks provide family law services in Northern California. When the law affects your family, call 877-886-7186. The family of attorneys at Denise L. Dirks is here to help.
Hi, I'm Frederick Penney of Penney & Associates Injury Lawyers. I bet you're tired of hearing lawyer commercials. So just relax and listen to music for a few seconds. When you or a family member has been injured, call 800-616-4LAW or see us at PenneyandAssociates.com. See, that wasn't so bad.
I'm going to Quick Quack Car Wash. Get my car washed, make it quick, quack, pretty, shiny, sexy, just because I want to. Don't drive dirty. Going to get my car suds at the Quick Quack Car Wash. It's the Quick Quack, quickest and the cleanest by far. We're talking 3 skinny minutes sitting right in your car wash. 100 feet of cloth, washing your car at the Quick Quack Car Wash. Any Honda, Mazda, Ford, or Chevy, Sauber, Cadillac, Quick Quack will spruce her up just like that. You'll be happy looking snappy. You'll be glad you was at the Quick Quack Car Wash. Get on the web and go to don'tdrivedirty.com and see where you got your closest Quick Quack in the local area. Get in your car, get in your truck, get on the road, come visit the duck at the
Quick Quack Car Wash, where your car will always leave happy, guaranteed. They take pride in being clean and green by conserving and recycling the water they use, only at the
Quick Quack Car Wash. Quick Quack.
I knew I had a problem, but I didn't know what to do about it.
I tried counting calories, I took pills, eating, and then more eating.
I really wanted to stop, but nothing could make me stop.
At one point, it was so bad that I just felt like giving up.
I felt so alone.
Like nobody else could possibly understand.
We understand. We're Overeaters Anonymous, and we have helped thousands of people just like you. People who want to stop their compulsive eating and start living a healthy, rewarding life.
Overeaters Anonymous helped me get my life back.
Now I eat in a way that's healthy and good for me.
I never realized what I was missing out on.
With OA, I am living again and loving it.
Start living the life you deserve with help from Overeaters Anonymous. Find us on the web at oa.org.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
I like the Amargosa Valley.
You're listening to radiolawtalk.com. And now back to your host, Frederick Penney.
Yeah, we're having a lot of fun here. We're actually FaceTiming. Oh no, see, we're live on Todd's Instagram, live on my Facebook. We're live on Radio Law Talk Facebook. Denise is just playing tic-tac-toe on hers. And so Cal's still running the stuff. Listen to him. He's running. He's just letting everything run.
I'm just running wild right now.
And it is the end of the year. And so Cal's like, we just get started, and it's like Todd goes, we're on the air. Oh, we are?
Yeah,
okay.
we are.
It was a New Year's party last night, Fred. I'm sorry. It was just too much for me.
I know. Well, you were drinking lots of eggnog?
Martinelli sparkling
cider. I know.
Yeah,
for you, that's pretty hot stuff.
Oh, I'm telling you. It can put me down one bottle and I'm out.
I know. Okay, so tell us about the case or no case.
Okay.
You've and by the way, I've got to bring a statistic up. And Todd gave me this statistic before we finish our case or no case from Pocatello. Did you know our first live show was aired on May 14th, 2017?
Wow.
May 14th, 2017 was our first live show.
After doing weeks before that of rehearsal shows and recording
shows.
Yeah.
And this is, might be off one or two, our 139th show.
Wow.
Yep.
Can you believe we've been doing it that long? That's a lot of shows. Todd, I think you're on drugs. 139 shows?
It's 139 shows. There may have been a couple of best ofs because we were going like 2 or 3, but only 2 or 3. That's just counting every Saturday that we have been on since that date.
139 times. I was not with my family on a Saturday.
That's right. Well, between the hours of 9 and noon.
Well, that's been a joy for my family.
Much to my family's delight, too.
Yes, my family's delight, too.
My wife looks at her watch at 4:30 and says, are you leaving?
Yeah, it's time for Cal to go. Yeah. Go, Cal.
All right, so the answer is that Ms. Christensen felt like her child should have gotten a fair shake based on talent, not based on any other thing, just based on her talent.
Yes.
So she made a big stink, called the local newspaper, put her daughter's video to the TV station, said, look, how come she didn't win? Well, the judge looked at her and said, really? Really?
So it was a case.
Yeah, you want me to violate the Constitution and bylaws of the greater Old Town Pocatello thing? And so guess what?
She loses.
It was a case, and those of you who say it was a case, I'm so sorry.
Oh!
No case. She did get a lawyer.
She get a lawyer.
So so you're right. So it was a case. I apologize. So you say it was a case. You're correct.
But she lost.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's the party. I'm telling some Martinellis. Okay.
Cal's all jacked up.
Yeah. The party means it was a case, but it was summarily dismissed by the judge, who said, I'm not going to interfere in the business affairs of the local chamber of commerce unless there's some true legal issue.
I'm in number one. I'm number one.
She's got 2 more points.
By the way, I have to say this. My mother texted me while we were on the break. She's listening. Hello, Mother.
My wife refuses to listen to me.
She texted me and informed me that her brother, my uncle, went to Pokey High in Pocatello.
So he's a Pocatello Indian.
He is.
That's cool. You know, it's a neat place.
Well, that explains things.
Home of Idaho State.
Ouch.
Well, we're not in Idaho for a reason.
Luckily, we're not on an affiliate there, but yeah, it's also home of Idaho State University, one of the 2 big pharmaceutical schools.
Idaho State
in
Pocatello. Yeah. Idaho's, don't tell me. The Bengals don't tell me. The University of Idaho is Bengals.
No, UI's is Vandals.
Vandals and Bengals are the Idaho State.
Bengals. And they play they used to play in what they called the Spud Bowl.
Yeah,
which was a wooden field outside stadium they called the Spud Bowl.
Yeah.
Now they have the ASISU Mini Dome, which was really cool.
That's kind of interesting. And then you got Boise State University.
Well, and Idaho State is also the school from which the very first female gold medal winner in the pole vault is from. Stacy Dragila, used to be Stacy Michelson, and she's from close to here, Auburn, California originally. Ran track with me in college, in junior college. Yes, I ran track in college.
Don't you have something to say that's anecdotal, doesn't really matter?
Well, I'm pretty sure it's an interesting anecdotal thing that Todd ran college. I'm wondering how you can run track with a cat.
That is
I'm just wondering.
Okay, I don't know.
My physique now would not let you believe that.
Would belie that.
But yes, I did.
All right. Those of you who are listening to us have turned the radio off. We're ready to move on.
Case or no case, and thank you all.
Hey, what's next hour? The next hour, case or no case, is going to be about, kind of generally about what? What are you going to fake us out on, or what
next hour, it's a no-brainer, one of those a binary case next hour. It's going to be one of those binary
boring
yes or no cases about a bank robber who allegedly was his own worst enemy.
Okay, bank robbers are next. Okay, I'm not gonna repeat that for those of you who are Facebook Live on my Facebook, because you can listen to it. Go to Radio Law Talk's Facebook, and then you can listen to it live. But listen, did you know that according to the Consumer Protection Safety, the Product Safety Commission, that 14,000, now write this down, An estimated 14,700 people end up in the emergency room from what during the holidays? Come on. Cal, come on.
Falls.
No.
Yeah,
from holiday-related decorating accidents.
Okay, a fall.
It's not they're not all falls.
Oh.
They could get their finger cut by ornament. I don't know.
By an
Or
icicle.
they could hit the hammer on the nail. Or,
That's right,
point.
or the head, or whatever. So,
Yeah.
14,700 people in the hospital
lot.
from injuries.
Sounds like a class
from
action
holiday
lawsuit
related-
happening to me, Fred.
Yeah, sue yourself for being dumb. That'll be a good case.
They go to the hard way. You should have known I was accident prone before you sold me that stuff that needed to be hung up.
That'd have to be brought
Dang
in
it.
small claims there.
Oh, man.
So.
Okay, I'm going to tell you about another guy. Ready for this?
Yeah.
A guy by the name of David Brannon gets in. This is about holiday arrests and lawsuits. This is all about the law. He gets arrested for taking the holiday ham and Christmas ornaments, etc., whatever, and starts throwing them at individuals in his home because they argued about what day they wanted to eat the ham. Isn't that interesting?
What?
So there you go.
That sounds like somebody that I know who who poured all of the cereal down the drain when the siblings could not agree who got to eat the last part.
But Desert Top Richard Ellis in Florida said he was so overwhelmed by the spirit of Christmas, he decided to give away free marijuana, and he got arrested. So there you go.
Darn it.
And by the way, in Illinois, you can do that now.
I'm dreaming
Happy
of
green
a green
season,
Christmas.
dude.
All right, dude, let's come back when we're done with these commercials.
All right. There's more Radio Law Talk coming right up, right here. Don't go away, please. All advertising for legal services on Radio Law Talk is strictly for the state or states in which the advertiser is licensed. For more information, go to radiolawtalk.com.
Hi, my name is Lily. My mom and dad used to fight about money all the time. Then one day, I heard them talking about this guy, some uncle I never knew, called Uncle Sam. Well, they say this Uncle Sam guy wanted them to pay him like $1 gazillion, and they didn't have $1 gazillion. So they called this company they heard on the radio called the Tax Doctor. And the Tax Doctor worked with Uncle Sam's people. I think they're called the IRS. And they were able to work it out so my mom and dad didn't have to pay Uncle Sam very much money at all. So now mom and dad are happy, and I'm happy too. Thanks, Tax Doctor.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, call now and pay less.
800-263-2610. 800-263-2610. That's 800-263-2610. Dish TV is better than cable TV. Why? Because you can save 45% on packages compared to your high-priced cable bill. Wow. Take those giant scissors out and cut the cable and save with Dish TV. Plus, you get a free DVR upgrade to record your favorite shows and free installation. And with Dish Anywhere, you can watch TV for free on your mobile device. Act fast. You can save hundreds of dollars. Does your cable company do that for you? I don't think so. Get all the best TV programming at your fingertips at a fraction of the price of cable TV. So say adios, arrivederci, goodbye to the high cable bill and save up to 45% on Dish TV packages today. These are limited time offers and can change at any time. Call fast. 800-814-5108. 800-814-5108. 800-814-5108. That's 800. Counsel.
Radio Law Talk. I like that show.
Time to get back to Radio Law Talk on radiolawtalk.com and on your favorite radio station.
Back to your favorite radio show, Radio Law Talk. That is my favorite show. I think it's not a lot of other people's, but we love being here. Thank you for listening to us. We really appreciate our listeners. Our listeners are growing constantly. And again, I wish I could announce that because of the holidays, there are other stations that are going to be adding us, and I know who they are, but they said the technical addition may not occur till next Saturday. But there's a big one that's adding us, including in 2 different states, one area, one major.
Just give us a region. Give us a region.
Okay, we're going to be in the East Coast in a major city. I mean, talking one of the most major cities in the United States.
Nice.
I'll give you a hint. The tower is on the Sears Tower.
So it's not the city so nice they had to name it twice. It's the second city.
Anyway, and we are in the West, on the West Coast. The Northwest is picking us up for the first time. An area in the Northwest, a very good station. So we're waiting for them to add us. And K-High in Auburn, California, that's one of our first stations, has moved us to their prime spot, 9 to noon. 9 to noon is very difficult. Those of you who don't realize this, if you're listening to us live 9 to noon on the radio station, that's like prime. Everyone thinks, oh, prime's Monday, but it is Monday.
Saturday 9
to noon is prime because that's where they get a lot of this paid advertising, little 1-hour shows. And for us, no, we don't. They just add us because we're good.
And K-High has both AM and FM channels.
Right. I think they're 95.3.
Yeah, most AMs now are trying to get an FM right now.
So anyway,
it's pretty good.
But anyway, thanks for joining us. We appreciate you. 855 Law Radio, or tweet us at Radio Law Talk. We were talking about. I just finished talking about the number of holiday issues. But what is going on with Prada? Now, I'm not a guy that understands. Let's say I don't understand all the this bag and Gucci this and that. I mean, look what I'm wearing. I'm showing my Facebook Live. I'm wearing a pair of jeans, and I'm wearing this is not a Penney & Associates really casual, relaxing shirt that I enjoy. But I'm not into the fancy stuff. I like one place. I'm not gonna tell you where I like it because they can sponsor me if they want. But
Old Navy.
What's Prada? What is Prada? So that's Old Navy's too expensive.
I don't know, but the devil. What's Prada? I don't know, but the devil wears it. Devil
What's
wears
Prada? Tell me, Denise. What is Prada?
I don't know.
Prada is a clothing brand.
Okay. What is it?
Yeah,
it's a brand?
It's a brand name. They have clothing. They also have purses. They have shoes. They have a whole bunch of different types of products.
Okay, so it's the very expensive. It's like Gucci. It's very expensive Prada.
Handbags, shoes, and accessories.
Okay, so in New York, they rent. This is their main flagship store, 720 Fifth Avenue in New York. Okay, they take it's a 12 or 14-story building. They take the bottom 4 floors. Guess what their rent is per year, Cal? These guys know. Guess what the rent is for four story? It's like 17,000 square feet. Their rent per year and those of you watching Facebook Live or want to tweet us, what is their rent per year for the Prada store?
And it's in Manhattan.
New York.
It's Manhattan.
I don't know.
Is it Upper East Side?
720 Fifth Avenue. I don't know.
I'm going to guess $5 a foot. I'm just going to guess $5 a foot.
Give me in dollars per year.
Okay, so that'd be
like $5,000.
$100,000 a month. So I'm guessing $120,000 a year.
$120,000 a year.
It's just a guess. I'm pulling it out of my ear.
Okay,
but,
all right.
Yeah.
Cal, you're off just a touch.
Probably.
$22 million a year.
Dollars?
Wow. $22 million a year is what they pay in rent for those 4 stories in New York on Fifth Avenue.
That's a lot of handbags.
That's a lot. That tells you why those Pradas are expensive.
Wow.
And so anyway, there's something going on here. So what happens in their lease is as follows. This individual or this company, and a guy by the name of Jeff Sutton owns it, and it's one of his companies, and the other parts of the building or next to that building, they have to do some renovation. So as part of it, they have to put all the scaffolding up, and it affects Prada. So they have a rule. He was going to pay him, I think, $5 million. And if they take the $5 million, you temporarily move the store, and then we're going to do some renovations. And he decides not to. But he keeps the scaffolding up because they have this little tiff going back and forth, this little tiff going back and forth to figure out, why didn't you upgrade the stuff and move the scaffolding? There's an argument about moving the scaffolding that one of the arguments is, according to Sutton or his people, is what? You can't move the scaffolding during the holidays. They don't want the disruption or all this construction going on during the holidays of taking that up and down. And Prada's saying, guess what? What you're doing is affecting our business. And they're trying to renegotiate it possibly down to $19 million a year, which is much better deal than $22 million.
Right, because in their agreement, it was a written contract that said once they started renovating the building that Prada is in, then the landlord would pay them $5 million to move and then post a $25 million line of credit.
Right.
That they potentially could utilize, I think, to build out another location temporarily. And so Prada really wanted this because retail business right now is having hard times.
Right.
And they also don't want their $22 million a year lease to go up, which it would under this agreement go up when they came back in. It wouldn't be just $22 million a year. It would
property,
be
right.
It would be higher. So they're really looking to enforce this, and they're asking the court for specific performance of the contract. And the contract was actually signed, and then the notice was given by Sutton a year ago. And so, the argument is Prada has reasonably relied on that, and they can't withdraw it now, that it was a one-time thing, and Sutton cannot, once they give notice, cannot withdraw
I have
that
a dumb
notice.
landlord question. This is a dumb landlord question.
Okay, dumb landlord question.
If you're making $22 million a blinking year, why are you killing the goose that's laying the golden egg? Leave the building alone. What's the problem?
I would be having a limo pick them up and do whatever they want.
Whatever. Give them breakfast, fly them to Vegas.
I would be like Caesar's Palace helping out their gamblers.
Exactly. Yeah, well, the problem is then they would file a law. You should have known that we were compulsive renters. We should have, you should have known that we had a problem paying too much rent and you preyed upon us.
22.
So why is all this being brought up when we're talking about this? This is what happens sometimes in lawsuits. There's one thing that we want to bring up about this, and it pops up. And what is the issue? Mr. Sutton was served on Christmas Day Eve.
Man.
And people do that. It's funny. They will do that. And there's been times we brought motions. If lawyers have tried to do that to us, we let the judge know. Hey, it's Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving, and they're serving us. That's just interesting.
It's
that
bad
happens.
form, isn't it? Just bad form.
Most of the time, unless you really don't like those people and you're really mad, you don't do that. But anyway, Christmas Eve day, they were served by Prada. That is, Jeff Sutton was served by Prada, a lawsuit saying you owe us $5 million and you've damaged the Prada name and our retail outlet there, which is their main retail outlet, and the lawsuits are flying. So that's why we brought it up. That's kind of important. So anyway, interesting.
Unbelievable.
All right, there you go. There's Prada. So you better start buying Prada, those of you who are listening out there, to help them out. They really need it. So I'm not going to tell my daughter. Okay, let's talk about a couple of the latest laws that are passed. Todd, we've got laws.
We do.
Denise, there's some interesting laws passed. One of the most interesting one to me is the Vermont law that just passed. Now, I love to garden. I've always been a gardener. I grew up doing gardening. My mother was a great gardener. Oh, my gosh. And those of you who, a shout out to my cousin who's watching me Facebook Live. I love her to death, by the way. I don't want to mention her name because we're all over the country and she might not want her name. But she knows my mom, and my mom had the best garden, the vegetables. She made the best grape jelly you've ever had in your life. And we had fresh corn, tomatoes, everything was fresh, salsa, et cetera, et cetera. Now, what happens here is the individuals in Vermont, the government says, now you're required to compost. Not just turn stuff in, but you have to compost. So in your backyard, now you do have other options, but in your backyard, right, Denise, you can compost. Tell us about what they can do.
I just think the state is trying to reach a goal of 60% recycling through mandatory composting. I just can't see this being something that is going to be accepted. I think it's got to be challenged. But they have to handle rotten leftovers, such as peels, eggshells, seeds, pits, coffee ground, oil, all of that into a composting system to try to bring down and increase the recycling.
We'll be back.
No, Radio Law Talk is not compost. It is actual valid content. Stay tuned. We'll continue right after this. Don't go away.
All advertising for legal services on Radio Law Talk is strictly for the state or states in which the advertiser is licensed. For more information, go to radiolawtalk.com.
Warning, don't let your business get left behind in what is likely to be the biggest economic boom in recent history. If you need to build for your business to grow, call General Steel today for a pre-engineered steel building designed for your needs. No wasted space. Steel prices are expected to rise, but you can still lock in your price on a General Steel building. And you can still save as much as half the cost and time of conventional construction. As much as half. But you must call now. If you need a church building, office, warehouse, manufacturing space, retail space, or more, call General Steel today. You can still get the General's 50-year structural warranty and General Steel quality, all at a price you can afford. So don't let rising steel prices put your project out of reach and stop you from making your company great.
800-617-9312. 800-617-9312. 800-617-9312. That's 800-617-9312.
Jason Rosbach here with Fred Penney, managing attorney from Penney & Associates Injury Lawyers. Now, Fred, what type of cases are you dealing with now, and what sets you apart?
Jason, we help people with all types of personal injury cases. We're former insurance company trial lawyers. We understand the other side, which gives us a distinct advantage over our competition. Remember, we don't get paid unless we win.
That's Penney & Associates Injury Lawyers with locations throughout California. For a free consultation, go to pennylawyers.com or give them a call, 1-800-616-4LAW. That's PENNEY lawyers.com.
This is Denise Sturks. We can represent clients in divorce, legal separation, child and spousal support, custody, termination of parental rights, step-parent adoptions, guardianships, and even conservatorship matters. Call 1-877-886-7186 for a consultation.
The law offices of Denise L. Dirks provide family law services in Northern California. When the law affects your family, call 877-886-7186. The family of attorneys at Denise L. Dirks is here to help.
If you're one of those independent people who wants your own business and you love food service, we just might have a great opportunity for you. Iceberg Drive-Ins. Iceberg is famous for its thick shakes and delicious food. We lend you our supply chain and expertise, and you can potentially have a thriving, successful, fun business that your customers will love. Iceberg Drive-Ins has some prime areas available right now, so if you're interested, get in touch with us right away. Go to icebergdrivein.com and click on the Contact Us button. Iceberg Drive-In, ready to grow with you.
Infectious diseases spread by pests like malaria, Zika, and Chagas disease are causing a worldwide health crisis. Fortunately, here at home, we don't face the same level of threat, but we shouldn't let our guard down. Mosquito-borne diseases like West Nile virus and Zika are impacting communities across the U.S., and Lyme disease spread by ticks is on the rise. Whether around the world or just around the block, get the facts you need to protect your family at pestworld.org. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. My daughter Brooklyn was also a motivation for me to go back to school. Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off.
At age 26, Kareem finished his high school diploma.
I could not have done it alone. I feel like if I didn't have anyone to push me, I wouldn't even bother to do it. I got one milestone down the drain, and now I got to work on the next. I see the future is really bright for me. I feel like it doesn't matter the age, as long as you go back and get it done. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
No one gets a diploma alone. You have more support than you realize. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
If you pay my fee, I'll take your case.
This is Radio Law Talk. And now, back to the show.
Radio Law Talk and radiolawtalk.com.
Yeah, we were talking about scraps in Vermont. So you got a compost, or here's the interesting thing. In the new law in Vermont, you can get what's called a green cone solar digester in your backyard, and where you can compost things. And by the way, that's pretty legit stuff. When you pull that out, man, you'd be shocked how well your plants grow after you compost. And you know what we used to do instead of compost? We didn't need to compost. Well, we did. We had this area we used to throw stuff, but we lived on 5 acres. My mom and dad would drive us boys down in our pickup, and there was a certain area, I'm not going to say it yet, where they had this tractor that had a bucket, and they'd dig this out and dump it in our pickup truck, and we go and manually spread it with the shovels. It was chicken manure.
I was going to say, it's got to be a manure pit.
Chicken manure. Oh, the word. You have no idea. Chicken manure will burn the skin off you. It is the most powerful stuff. You literally cannot put it on your plants. And the smart and good gardeners like my mother, you've got to mix it in lightly, and it'll burn. I mean, like horse manure does a little bit less, but you worry about grass getting in it, or cow manure. But the issue,
volunteers,
but the issue of turkey or chicken manure is by far the best.
Nasty.
But it is so hot.
High nitrogen content, and it'll get you.
But I'm telling you, you'll see those things grow. But before they had all these great growing, what do you call it?
Fertilizers?
Yeah, what's the fertilizer? It's green. It's called
Miracle-Gro.
Miracle-Gro.
Yeah.
For Miracle-Gro, they had miracle turkey poop and chicken poop that I used to do.
So you're telling me that if the zombie apocalypse happens and I have to defend myself,
fling it.
If I'm filling paper bags full of chicken manure, light it on fire and throw it, I'm good to go.
You don't have to light fire. You just throw it on them.
All
That'll
chemical burn. Or you could make chicken manure tea. Just dip it in water, put it in one of those blaster guns, if you like that. Squirt them guns like perfectly well.
So anyway, you can do
like
that.
it.
You do that. You compost in Vermont. Also, you don't just have to compost in your backyard. In the law, ready for this? Or if you don't have a compost, you can go ahead and feed the scraps to the pigs. So you got the option: compost or feed it to the pigs. Or you can use compost professionals. So you got those 3 options.
Well, if you feed it to the pigs, so they say that cow flatulence increases global warming. Have they done any such study with pigs? And if you feed these to the pigs, are you not then damaging the environment by the
ozone?
Yes.
The traditional wisdom is taught that pigs will consume cow manure.
Okay.
And that chickens will consume pig manure. And that nothing will consume chicken manure.
That's right.
No creature known to man.
No, that stuff's good.
Sounds like a morbid case of I don't know why she swallowed the fly. I guess she'll die. Okay, whatever.
No, the morbid thing is me in my boots in the back of the pickup shoveling that stuff out without a mask.
Yeah, okay.
I'm telling you, if I die of cancer, I know what it's from. Chicken manure in Penryn, California. All right, Denise, tell us about Arkansas, what they're doing.
Well, they're banning state-funded human cloning. Anytime there's going to be a destructive embryo type research, they will not allow for there to be state funding of such research.
Okay, there you go. That
is good because the human clones coming out of Arkansas have really contributed to the glut on the market of available work. You know how many jobs people have lost because of Arkansonian human clones?
I just know an ex-president who's very sad about this. Very sad.
Okay. Hey,
I've got a good joke, but I don't know if I should say it.
I'm just afraid.
Hey, we're in Arkansas, so I think
we're not in Arkansas.
No, it's
because
not.
we did the case last week about the guy that got impaled by the deer antlers.
That's right.
And it wasn't. We didn't worry about it.
Well, then I guess we can talk about he can clone Monica Lewinsky over there.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'll do that.
I did not have. Yeah.
Okay. What else we got? Washington stops. This is something important. The state of Washington. Denise and I were talking about this during the break. Denise, it irritates me way back when they first started these gift cards. You had to use them within a year, and you know how many gift cards I didn't use because, doggone it, I forgot to get to it in time. But now Washington follows California, which already does this, which is what?
That you can't have gift card expiring. So no expiration dates on gift cards,
it's
period.
It's money in the bank.
Exactly.
Makes perfect sense.
Now you got to use them before the the store
goes out of business.
There you go.
So just to clarify a little, anytime you had purchased a gift card, regardless of state, that's money you paid for. It couldn't go away. But what they were doing was they were tacking on this inactivity fee. It's like, okay, yeah, we're not saying that the money goes away, but like having a balance too low in your bank account and then the bank starts to take fees. These gift cards were like, well, if you don't use them for a certain amount of time, it's not necessarily that it expired. It's just that we started to impose an inactivity fee that would ultimately zero out the card. And so they were
just wrong, man.
They were preventing that practice. Look, I can understand why a company would want to have
15 years from now, they bring a card to you.
Well, also because look, if you had this outstanding and you're trying to get an accurate balance sheet about what your debits are and what your assets are, and you've got,
because technically it's an outstanding loan almost.
Exactly. You've got 1 million cards out there that all have a balance of about $2 that haven't been used.
Well, you've got $2 million on which you can draw interest, and yet you're still trying to ding the consumer. Because
exactly. I understand why they want to have the clarity so they can know for their balance sheet. It's just that this is just garbage.
There is an exception to this in Washington State.
And what's that?
And the exception is that it doesn't apply to the loyalty type of cards or the reward cards. Like you have like a select card that you can use at McCormick and Schmick's, right? And you get so many points, and it builds up, and then when you can use those points as money, those can still expire.
And that makes sense to me because you're not putting any cash down up front, right?
That's just something that they have given you. Nice of them to leave the way for the store to nail the people that they are giving rewards and loyalty. Thank you for being loyalty, and thank you for allowing us to take those loyalty points away.
Smack across the face.
Hey, according to Market Wash, $1 billion in gift cards go unused every year. $1 billion in gift cards go.
There was a local merchant in my hometown who was putting out a plea on the radio. If you have an old gift card that you won in a contest from us, please come and use it. Let us get it off the books before January, before our taxes come due, which is pretty interesting. They must have a lot of them sitting.
As a Finder.com says, Americans have left $45 billion in unused gift cards as of December 11th, 2019.
Wow.
Yeah, I have one for Olive Garden. Anybody in?
Sure. Well, Todd will be if he wins case or no case.
Well, let's think about this. Let's say somebody buys somebody gets a $25 gift card, right? $25 gift card, and at the end there's $2.50 left on that $25 gift card. They never use it, and it goes away. Well, the company that sold them that $25 gift card just made 10% of the amount on it because they know you're not going to use it. It's a high likelihood that nobody's going to use a gift card once it gets below a certain amount, and they're just making money.
That's so true. Starbucks, I bet you, has lots of those gift cards out there.
Illinois is requiring diaper changing stations in restrooms because we're running low on time here. I want to get to the final things. And we talked about Georgia's tightening the child abuse registry requirements.
There's an exception to the Illinois law.
What's that?
Places that literally don't have children, like bars, they don't have to do it.
All right, join us third hour. There's going to be more excitement. We're going to do a case or no case and see if Fred, Penney, and Todd can catch up to Denise, who's smacking us this case or no case. We'll be back.
Stay tuned. One more hour. Radio Law Talk is coming up. Remember, we're live Pacific 9 to noon every Saturday, and you can tune in then anytime on RadioLawTalk.com.
You have been listening to RadioLawTalk.com, a copyrighted presentation of Radio Law Talk Incorporated.
Alan Root, the healthcare open enrollment period has ended. Did you miss it? Don't go a whole year without having a healthcare program. Sign up now with Liberty Health Share. As a Christian healthcare sharing ministry, they're not insurance. That means you can sign up at any time of the year. Liberty Health Share is no network. You're free to pick your own doctors, hospitals, providers, and there are no contracts. Starting as low as $199 per month, Liberty Health Share has memberships for singles, couples, and families of any size. I joined. I'm a member. My 4 children are members. Liberty Health Share saves me $18,000 each year compared to what I was paying for health insurance. Liberty Health Share is a nonprofit ministry. Your money goes towards helping other members with their eligible medical expenses. And in your time of need, other members are there for you. You can feel good knowing you're part of the community of like-minded individuals who understand the importance of people coming together to bear one another's burdens. For more information, call 855-58-LIBERTY, 855-58-LIBERTY, or go to libertyhealthshare.org/Wayne Root. That's libertyhealthshare.org/Wayne Root.